Up next, it's our daily truth check. Well, time now for Truth or Fake, our daily fact-checking segment in association with the France 24 Observers. I'm joined now by James Creedon here in the studio.
Hi, Tom.
There, James. Now, your first story today is in India. Protests over the hijab being banned at certain schools and universities has seen some fake news thrown into the mix.
They certainly have. And so, as we've been covering in the news over the last couple of weeks, there have been a lot of tensions at certain schools and universities in Karnataka state over a decision to ban the hijab. And this led to tensions where, indeed, Hindu groups protested, saying that if the hijabs were allowed if there were any exceptions and if they were allowed into classrooms, they should be allowed to wear saffron shawls. That's a colour commonly associated with Hindu nationalism. So it set off a big clash and a lot of protests. And in the midst of all of that, there was a degree of confusion, a degree of, I suppose, fake news. There often is. So this video, if we can get some sound on that, you can see here a lady, well, what appears to be a woman, being stopped by police. And as you watch the video is being used. It was shared many, many times across several different social media accounts, saying, here is another reason why we can't allow hijabs or the full Muslim veil in society generally, certainly not in schools or universities. And what you see as that video plays out is that it's a man, and a young man, and he is in fact carrying drugs, and the hijab is being used to conceal all of that. So in any case, what's very clear once you do a little bit of research and a little bit of digging, a reverse image search on that, and also if you look at the uniforms that the police were wearing, this is not an Indian police uniform. It is actually a Bangladeshi police uniform. So you could argue that the broader debate might hold, but this does not apply to current events in the state of Karnataka, and it has nothing to do with actually what's going on in India right now. It's in the neighbouring country of Bangladesh. Now, there was another video that also got an awful lot of traction on social media in the midst of all of this. You can see there that's a further example of the one I was talking about, but there were several videos doing the rounds. This one also got a lot of traction. And in this particular video, you see what appears to be an assault on women wearing the hijab, with water being thrown at them, kind of dirty water, in fact, being fired in the direction of these women. And again, a lot of tweets were associating that with the current tensions going on in Karnataka state. In fact, again, reverse image search and a little bit of further digging, and that took place in Sri Lanka, and it took place last year. So it's not in the context of the current tensions in Karnataka state. So again, we're not a million miles away from the facts, and we are dealing with the same broader tensions, but not the current events right now that have been taking place in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, well, on a lighter note, you've been looking at some islands because today is Valentine's Day. Not because you want to go on holiday, James, but because they appear to be heart-shaped. I'm wondering if they're too good to be true.
Well, why not go on holiday to a heart-shaped island? I would argue, but I don't see any reason why not to go. But they are few and far between. They are rare, and sometimes they're not even real at all. And so this is supposedly a heart-shaped island in Kavayi backward. We're remaining in India. In fact, this is Kerala in southwest India. A little bit too good to be true. St. Valentine's Day, I suppose we have sincere images, sincere expressions of emotion, and sometimes things are a little bit exaggerated. And that is actually the real island before graphic designers got in there. And so it's slightly more kind of, what would you say, Halloween vibes going on there. It looks a little bit like a pumpkin, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
But still vaguely
they
heart-like.
Shaved a V into the sort of the top of it. That would be the beginnings of a heart-shaped, at least.
Well, they forged it into a heart in any case. But luckily, there are actually some real heart-shaped islands out there. If you do a little bit of searching online, you can find the real deal.
All right. Well, looks like I have to go to Croatia. For next year's Valentine's Day. Well, I wish you'd told me before. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks,
James
Tom.
Creedon with today's edition of Truth or Fake. Thank you.